Hello everyone, how's it going? Dr. Incompetent here, and let's resume our complete beginner's guide to MTG Arena. So, what we're dealing with now is that I started making us a kind of better mono-red deck that was a substitute for goblins that is a little bit stronger, but we don't have all the cards yet. Now, we worked last time on doing the jump event, and offline, or off camera, I did a little bit of grinding for account, just playing for fun, and I want to show you some things that I think all new players should be doing. Number one, I finished the last jump-in match, and I got some more jump tokens for, I think, this new jump-in event. But the starter deck duel. This starter deck duel is phenomenal. We did it a little bit, but I didn't realize that you could go back and then just click a deck and select a different deck. So if you click this deck, for example, you'll see that all of these decks are able to be claimed and unlocked by us as long as we do the starter deck duel and win one game with it. So I highly recommend you get all of these decks because they will teach you the game, which is fantastic, but there are great cards in these decks. Actually, one of the games I was complaining about playing in Spark Rank when I was like, man, this person has a lot of good cards. No, they just were using this deck right here, I believe. So they give you mythic rares, they give you rares, they give you a very cool deck with a lot of complicated mechanics in these starter decks. Not like ultra complicated, but certainly more than what we're seeing in our mono red deck. So I really recommend getting all of these. And in fact, if I go to my decks, you can see that I have just about all of these, except for, did I get the black-white deck? I don't think I did. That's the last one I need to get from the starter decks. So I've got a ton of these. And these are the decks that we got from the jump event. So these just give you new cards, and also they show you what's possible with color synergies within the current meta. So the meta is basically like what cards are legal in standard and what's going on right now in the game, so that you can see what's up to date, what the game wants you to do. Some of these things will phase out, and so your starter decks might be different depending on when you're playing MTG Arena, but that event should always be there for new players. So get all of those starter decks. All right, now we've got a bunch of new quests, and then in the spirit of the starter deck, look at this: white or green spells, lands, green or blue spells. So if we play that black-white deck and try to win a game, we can earn on this quest and earn on this quest as well. You could see that just by playing a little bit, I've got us up to about 5,700 coins, 600 gems. I haven't spent anything because I'm going to do all of that on camera. And we're making progress toward this reward from Spark Rank, and then this is the mastery for the current month or whatever. So let's go back to the starter deck duel, and let's just try to win a game with Legends of Phyrexia. What's awesome about playing in these starter deck duels is basically that you are playing against people who are also using starter decks. So they do not have an inherent advantage against you with their collection. What happens in these games is a lot of the time it comes down to draw and play. Like, so did you get a good draw, and then do you make mistakes? There's a lot where, let's look at our hand, by the way. I've got 4 lands, I have an enchantment, I have a creature, and I have another creature. I'll keep this. This is a lot of land, but I have some stuff to play early, so we can hopefully draw some big cards. And what we're thinking about is, I'm going to play this so I can just get this guy out there. If we don't get a good draw, it doesn't matter. We just keep playing until we win with this. And she needs 2 mana, but all of these enter the battlefield tapped, sadly. So we will play this and just attack. So we have some dual lands, but they enter the battlefield tapped. A little slow, but they at least provide the mana that we need. Now, drawing this land right here is terrifying. Enchant basic land you control. When this enters the battlefield, exile target creature or planeswalker. Okay, this is actually pretty good because this thing is an annoying card that just generates creatures for them. And then this is great. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to play this, and then I am going to ossify. This is a basic land. It has to be a basic land. And all this does is just exile their guy. Nobody plays cards to get rid of enchantments, really. It's quite rare, so just consider that pure removal for that card. They might have something stronger this turn, which is fine. I just don't want this guy generating 1/1 tokens. So what are we going to do on the next turn? We're going to have 4 mana or 3 if we play this. With 3, we can play this. So what I like to do... I mean, I could just kill this. And surveil. Yeah. I'm going to kill this and surveil so that if I play this card, she, if you kick her, can get you a creature card from your graveyard. So what this is doing is teaching us a lot of the mechanics in the game. I currently have 3 land available. I need this so I can cast this. This deck is trying to bring cards from the graveyard. So I will pile on, I will kill this, and I will... Oh, I could have convoked to pay this, actually, which would have been smart. But no, I'm going to pay black, like that. The reason it was saying, how do you want to pay this? Unfortunately, I want one of these, but not 2. So I'm going to keep 1 on the top. Sorry, I had to move quickly there because of the timer. Surveil lets you look at cards based on the number of surveil, and then put cards into your graveyard that you don't want. Scry puts them on the bottom of your deck. Surveil puts them into the graveyard. And putting them into the graveyard is nice. Okay, so this says whenever you cast a Phyrexian creature spell, that creature enters the battlefield with a counter, and then we get to draft a card from the spellbook. So I am going to play this. We have 4 mana. I'm going to... And a Death Touch counter. Okay, great. I'm going to play this. And then what card do we want from here? We want... probably that. And then this would actually allow us to... make this a 4/3 with Death Touch, or we can make her... I'm going to play her. And I'm not going to... I could kick it, but I don't have any creature cards, so I'm just going to play it. I can't kick it, actually. I don't have the mana to do it. There we go. So this deck is kind of complicated in that you're making all of these Phyrexian things. It's got a lot of synergy. So they're using a lot of their power to destroy stuff, which is fine. They finally were able to do something. Okay, great. We're going to dump this. And I will... Yeah, I'll summon this. That's fine. Alright, so we have a Phyrexian. Incubate is a mechanic where you kind of make a creature off to the side that has counters. Okay. They had a lot of removal in their hand, sadly for us. Okay. So they had a lot of stuff. Alright, that's sad. But they didn't attack, which is interesting. Oof, drawing a land right there is so poor. Okay. Alright. So we're out of stuff, which is unfortunate. They drew some gas. So that's the difference in these kind of games. Like, I drew a land, they drew a card that affected the board. And that could be all the difference it takes, is just that kind of stuff. So this card they enchanted our creature with is basically like Pacify, but it's even better because we can't even activate the abilities of the creature. So there's that going on. All right, they're putting that on there. That's fine. Okay, so I'm still going to just block right here and block right here. So they kill both of our creatures, but we get an incubate. And they're going to put that on there. Okay, great. Here we go. Okay, this is nice. So what I'm going to do is make this right here. And we're going to go ahead and do that. And no attacks. This is an instant that we can't cast. They drew a land, finally. This is a great card. It's a removal card, and we can create a treasure token with this. But I wanted to get a board presence going. So this way, they can't really attack with a 4-2 very reasonably. They just die. Now, they can do some crazy stuff by putting all their equipment on one card, which is fine, like a first strike kind of card. And, you know, that would be annoying, but not the end of the world. Okay, so they're going to attack with this. Okay. No, they're not. They're going to attack with both of these things. No, they're not. Okay. So all we have to do, it's a 2-2, is just block here and block here. No. Cancel the blocks. Never mind. I'll block with just this guy. So we take a damage, but we heal. And then we get a guy that we can make a 2-2 with. Oh, boy. In this matchup, drawing the land like that is just brutal. Or any of these matchups. I need a card that affects the board, that does something on the board, not mana anymore. Okay, and then I'm just going to pass. Luckily, they drew a mountain. They're going to pass, which is really curious. Oh, no, they're not. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and kill this. Just get rid of that card. And they can attach it to whatever they want, but they will... what do you do? Oh, this is fantastic. Okay, so this guy makes people sacrifice a creature if I kick it. And what's great is I have this creature that does nothing that I can sacrifice, and they have to lose something. So we just play this, we kick it, and we both sacrifice a creature. So I sacrifice my creature that's useless because of the enchantment. They have to sacrifice, they'll probably sacrifice that one. And then I attack with everything. Their special powers are only on their attack phase. So they don't have first strike. Oh, they blocked. Whoops. I think they thought they had first strike. Wow, they got lucky that they topped something that they can enchant. That's brutal. If they didn't top a creature right there, they would be losing the game significantly. Okay. When this enters the battlefield, we can put a +1/+1 counter on an artifact creature, or we can transform an incubator token. All right. So unfortunately, the only artifact creature that we have is this guy. Oh, artifact or creature. Oh, okay, great. Put it on that guy. So I'm going to attack with this dude. He has vigilance, and if he blocks right here, it's a trade, which would be wild if he traded that. Okay. Oh, what a top deck. Oof. When you're in top deck wars, you're really hoping that your opponent doesn't get a mythic off the top like that. I got a uncommon, which you know. Okay. But I don't know if they're going to attack that heavily. I do have a lot of damage on the board. They didn't. Oh my. Yep, this is how you. This is how this goes. So it's just like who draws better. You know what I mean? They have a first striker. I can't do anything. Unless they decide to attack with that. Okay, finally they drew a land. If they can attack with Nahiri, we are in good shape. If they don't, we have a problem. They're thinking about it. Okay, they are attacking with this 6/4 first strike. I can't block right now. I can chump block, but I don't want to. I want to pretend like I get something good right now. Oh, the game loves me. Okay, well, I'll keep it in my hand. I have to start chump blocking at this point. Yeah, they're getting to draw cards. It's over. That's just what happens in this matchup, is like if they just draw like some kind of insane card and you can't draw anything else when a game stalls out, plateaus like this, it's over. What is this? Yeah, right. So what does this do? Yeah, they can play the card. All right. So I'm just going to concede. I have no chance of winning this game at this point. The only way you can beat that deck with my deck is if you can remove, like, keep creatures off the board so they can't keep equipping stuff, or just go faster than them. I did not do any of that right there. We didn't really get to show the power of the Phyrexian deck at all. It was like, okay, but, you know, I'm going to have to be more selective with my starting hand. I kind of went too conservatively, and I never drew a bomb, like, of any... Alright, so this would be 3 lands. Yeah, this is a card that you want. This lets you draw an extra card. Okay, this is much better. So I kept 4 lands with my starting hand and, you know, thinking that, like, okay, this is fine. As long as I draw a powerful card, I will be able to stabilize. But I never really drew anything that cost more than 4 mana. And it was not good. So in this situation, we play the land that enters the battlefield tapped because we can't cast anything. so we don't mind losing a turn by playing that first. This is a shock land, so these are fantastic. You take a damage. I used to hate these cards when I was a beginning player, but taking a damage to get whatever mana you need in a multicolor deck is always worth it, pretty much. Okay, they are not doing anything. There they go. Okay. Now I will play this land, and then we can go ahead right away. This has plain cycling, but I want to hold it, and I'm going to play this. So this just, we play this, we incubate 2. It's so nice. So it also is going to give this +1/+1, potentially. Oh, okay, they're going to kill that. That's fine, actually. So we're going to play this right away. This is the card we have to play. So this is, it's not doing anything right now, but for the rest of the game, we get an extra card. At this point, we could kill something if they play something large, or we have this. That is not large. Awesome. Okay, we play this like that, and we can kill their card, but we don't even need to worry about that. We're just going to play this. This says whenever this or another Phyrexian enters the battlefield, we incubate 2. Incubate 2 means you make one of these incubator tokens, which is a 2/2 that you have to pay 2 for. It's so insane. Oh, you're making me discard a card? No, they didn't kick it. Okay. All right. 1 and 2. Wow. It's interesting. Honestly, I think in this case, I was going to play this because it's crazy. But in this case, we want this because it gives us +1/+1 to all of our creatures. So we're just going to play this thing. And activate the ability right here. And now it's a 3/3 that has vigilance that we get to attack with right away. When you incubate these things, they transform and they have vigilance, okay? So, like, I can attack and I don't have to worry about blocking with it. And they don't have summoning sickness. So this is this, like, if we can keep Norn's Inquisitor out, she's going to be, or they're going to be giving +1/+1 to all of our incubated tokens, so we get extra value. And Phyrexian Awakening, the enchantment that we have, yeah, okay, so they put up a wall right here, which is a 0/5, but we're going to have a 5/5. And we don't even have to worry about it. What I mean by that is, we're going to play this so that we can just transform an incubator token for free. No, we're not going to do that. We're going to play this. You have a wall, I have a flyer. So now we just have so many creatures on the board. It's going to be very hard for them to deal with it. This also will let us just exile anything that they get that's good. Next turn we play this probably and transform that. We have this to remove something. We have a really good position with the deck right now. So they have what, 5 mana? Let's see what they do. Okay, so they played the Trawler Drake, which is a 1/1 flyer, and then whenever they cast a non-creature spell, they put an oil counter on that. Okay, so they have something that they're going to do. Oh, they're going to return that to my hand. Oh, that was not smart. Did they know that I incubate every time when I cast that? I mean, they probably do, but... Okay, you have no mana. There you go. Alright, oh yes. Okay, so we're going to play this land. This guy says whenever a creature deals combat damage to one of your opponents... so this is that I was complaining about before. Basically, I get a choice to do this if I want to just hit them. Now, what I could do right now... how much mana do I have? I have 7? So I have enough, actually, to play this and Deadly Derision. I'm going to play this. And I'm going to transform this. So it's a 5/5, and we're just going to go ahead and get rid of this. And I will attack with everything. They can block the small stuff and take 5. I'm not too worried about using my Deadly Derision because I have the Alabaster Host Intercessor as another removal if they drop something huge. Alright. This is why we played Phyrexian Arena first. Like, they have a good deck. Like, they're doing fine. But the fact that we've drawn an extra card every turn is just going to start stacking up so much that they won't be able to keep up with it. Okay, they passed, actually. So they have some mana. Maybe they have a counterspell. Oh, we got another one of these. Fantastic. All right, so we play this. I'm going to play this, and if they have a count... No, wait. We play, actually, this guy first to see if they have... No. How much mana do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I can't play this guy and this guy. So I'll play this. Oh, I have my treasure. I actually have a treasure. Yeah, play this. Oh, they didn't have anything. Interesting. Okay, I'll play this then. Now they must have something. Oh, they didn't. Alright, now they've got some kind of bounce stuff that they're going to do. Oh, they're going to give that -5, -5. Okay. All right. Well, that was good. Okay. So they're at 10. All right, so what did they do? They returned a creature to my hand. So they basically bounced a counter token, which if a token like these guys gets bounced, they don't have a... There's no card for them, so it's like killing them. So they killed our 5/5 right there. but you can see that they're running out of ammunition. They have 2 cards behind. They don't have a flying blocker for the Essence of Orthodoxy. What is this? They have Gix's Command, which destroy each creature with target power 2 or less. They could do that. And then they could also do each opponent sacrifices a creature with highest power. Yeah, they could do that as well. So they could play that card to kind of like sweep a little bit. But they would lose, if they did that, Gix's Command like that, they would lose both of their own creatures. So I'm not sure what their plan is. Okay, their plan is either to AFK or maybe they're thinking about it. Okay, they are going to do it. They're going to destroy each creature with power 2 or less, so they lose their wall, and they made that creature big, the Halo Charged Scarab. And I'm just going to not block. That's fine. Take 6, it has lifelink, annoying. But watch this. Oh, that's even better, but play this. Just going to go ahead and do this. Exile their creature. Incubate. And now, Pylon has Convoke at instant, so we could tap all of our stuff and use it if they drop a creature of some kind. Okay. So that's what they want to summon. Alright, they can't tap it right now. That's fine. Okay. They made us mill. They're going to put a creature card in their hand. We can't take too much damage because this is unavoidable. So we have to be ready for that, but trust me, it's worth it. They don't have enough mana to cast very much. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and kill that. And Surveil 2. Yeah, I'll take a Deadly Derision all day long so that we have an extra removal piece up on top. We have the Alabaster Host Intercessor to kill the Archaeologist if they decide to pump it up. Okay, they're doing something. They are going to probably pump it up just to try to get a good blocker down there, is my guess. Or they're doing this. You'll have this a lot in these starter decks. These are new players. They're reading all the cards. They don't know what's going on necessarily. Oh, gosh. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to play this. And win. Okay. So now, because we won that game, we were able to unlock this deck. So we got a reward, some coins, some experience, and now this deck should be ours to keep. So I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to decks, and you should see that we have this deck right here. Now, we actually might have already had it. I might have missed it, but I just wanted to be sure and just show you what Starter Deck Duel is all about. And you can see, look, we did get, indeed, reward for these quests. So now we have a bunch of coins. We're going to work towards these. And what we're going to do is open a bunch of packs and see if we can finish crafting our mono red deck and talk about playing an aggro deck and what the purpose of the deck is, what the focus is, what you should be looking at when you try to make a deck of that type. Because I do want to talk about aggro decks or aggressive decks, mid-range decks, and control decks. So mid-range decks are in the middle of control, which are very slow, controlling decks where you don't do a lot, you don't drop a lot of creatures at the beginning usually, but you're just kind of building up and you're fending off your opponent until you can overwhelm them and take control with your big, expensive, valuable stuff. Whereas with an aggro deck, you're trying to win as quickly as possible with cheap, efficient stuff that you just dump out onto the board, and you try to take control and win the game before that slow control player can get a foothold. And in a mid-range deck, you're doing a little bit of both, so you could kind of try to adjust. Like you hope to be fast enough to keep up with the aggro deck, but powerful enough to fend off the control deck or kill them faster than they can kill you. So it's an interesting kind of dichotomy. And of course, there's many decks all around the place in between, but we'll talk about the different archetypes as we go. Everyone, I hope you're still enjoying this series. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.